Good day, everyone, and welcome to GYF Spider on Air series. Today, we are discussing a very important topic that cut across every aspect of every young person out there. And to do justice to this topic, we have a wonderful personality in the studio. Please, can we meet you?
Good day, my name is Miss Iribu Jennifer. I'm a practicing nurse and I'm honored to be here.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. So, we have a nurse today, and we are doing something that's related to the health sector. And I am so sure that she'll be able to do justice to this topic. The topic before us today is mental health. And I know every young person out there would have been using the term mental health. When you want to talk to someone, they tell you, the mental health is at stake,
Yes.
and all of that. So, I just wanted to throw light on what mental health is.
Okay, mental health is this basically the state of your mind. Like now in nursing, we describe health as your well-being,
Yeah,
your total well-being, both body, mind, spirit,
yeah,
physical, emotional, and mental. So mental health is talks about the well-being of your mind, how stable you are,
yeah,
how emotionally and mentally stable you are. Mental health actually is a very broad term. A lot of people use it to describe how they are feeling on a day-to-day basis. But I think what we are focusing on today is how it can affect us or how it can disrupt our everyday life.
yeah.
Yes, because when something is considered an illness, is when it stops us from performing our everyday life and performing our everyday duties, stops
Yeah.
us from our everyday life. Mental health is actually discusses about the well-being of the mind.
Mhm.
Anything, any emotional disruption or disturbance that disrupts our everyday life, our everyday routine and activities is a mental health problem. So nowadays, in our modern world, we throw around the term mental health, and to me, I feel like that's a privilege we gained in the modern time because before mental health was seen as we used to call it madness, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
true.
yes, it was seen as something that cannot be treated and something that deprives you of your basic human rights. But now we have seen that it's just very much an illness as injuring your leg, injuring your hand, injuring your brain.
Yeah,
So your mind is just injured. You just need a little bit care, nursing, for you to get back to a place where you can actually function
yeah.
daily without any disruption. So
Wow,
that's mental
wow,
health for you.
wow. I believe you're learning already. So, if you ever tend to experience a deviation in the normal state of your mind, as our guest has rightly said, then it can be a mental health problem. So, you need to look out for care and nursing to see that you get back right on point. So, I want to ask this question. Do you have a personal experience, or maybe since you're practicing, you have someone you have come in contact with that had probably portrayed this mental health issue, and then it has gave you an overview of the importance of mental health. I don't know if you have such experience and you would like to share with our
Yes,
audience.
I do have a personal experience,
Wow.
and going to lead me to a lot of the conversation we are going to have today. Um, I think it was around the year 2020, 2022. Yeah, it was 2022, and I kind of experienced a lot of deaths of my loved ones
Wow.
simultaneously. Yeah,
Wow.
my grandma died earlier that year, and then one of my cousins that I basically raised for 2 years was
Wow.
when I went over to stay at her house. Then my best friend.
That's a whole
Yes.
lot to deal with.
Yeah, so I experienced a lot of grief and depression during that period. And funny enough, we think that depression only expresses itself as sadness.
Yeah.
And but sometimes depression might not just present as sadness, it can present as numbness and anger. So during that time, I couldn't make sense of the world. If someone can just fall off the face of the earth in an instant, then what does life, what does anything we have to do, what does it matter? And during that time, I tried to seek solace in my religion, but I couldn't grab the concept of a 5-year-old dying, just sleeping, waking up with a fever, and next in death. And then my friend, I was talking to her one day about her exams, and all of a sudden she was she was gone. So during that time, I had a lot of anger issues, mood swings. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I switched off my phone. But I wasn't. If you asked me that time if I was angry, I would have told you I wasn't. I was just numb. I watched a lot of videos, movies. Just I was trying to. But I realized now in retrospect, I was trying to hide away from the world.
Yeah.
Yes. So after an incident, I would not go into detail because it's very graphic, but I exploded in anger towards the wrong person. I realized that I needed help, and that brings us to another problem we have, at least in Nigeria. I can't say for other countries. My mom wanted me to see someone professionally about the anger because even her, she was getting scared. It was very serious. I won't go into the words serious. I'm not a happy person or a chill person, as most of my friends describe. But that time,
So it's
anything could set
different.
me off. And if I was not getting set off, I was locked up in the part of the house. My mom was like, Jennifer, why are you so bitter?
Yeah.
So I sought help, but help in this country is too expensive. Yes. Someone was telling me 75,000 per session, and I was like, how am I going to afford that?
Wow.
So I think that I was during that time I did a lot of research on mental health or what to do when you're not feeling yourself. And it actually became my project in school.
Wow.
Yeah. Stop eating the things you eat. You see junk food or caffeines, especially caffeines.
Caffeines,
If you
yeah.
have anxiety, stop eating junk food. Stop eating caffeines. Caffeines rise your blood pressure. Like it raises your heartbeat. So you okay? One of the long-term side effects of anxiety is heart problems. So caffeine is all just aggravating the whole issue. Just imagine being already hyper from caffeine and then having a panic attack.
Yeah. That's
Not a good deal. And with the food thing, it's basically you are what you eat. A lot of food sets signals to our bodies. Produce this, produce that. Some foods give you endorphins. Yeah, but there are some foods like sodas, sugar foods.
yeah.
They cause an increased amount of dopamine.
Dopamine, yeah.
Take it so high, and within hours they crash it to the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't be having that kind of thing in your system when you're dealing with sadness, you're dealing with depression. You can't be having it. And with anxiety, you can't be having that kind of high when you're dealing with anxiety attacks.
Yeah.
So foods, bad drinks, cut them out of the diet.
Wow.
And then with the exercise that I said earlier, please, I don't mean go to the gym. You can go to the gym if that suits you. But if you're like him, that is
Exercise intolerant.
take an evening stroll. We
Yeah.
all know how good an evening feels.
True,
An
true.
evening stroll feels.
True.
It is like one of the best feelings. You can carry a friend, like you said, an accountability partner. Take them along.
All right, so like we've said, to keep your mental health in check, one of the things you need is to be able to manage your emotions, have support system. They can be your brothers, your sisters, your pastor, your mentor, whosoever can be. Just have a good support system, a positive support system, because we have people that we call support system, and at the end of the day, they are the ones even jeopardizing our mental health and all of that. So one of the things, your emotions should be in check. Get good support system. Just like she mentioned, food. It's not everything you eat. Every occasion, you say Saturdays are for wedding, you go to wedding and start eating everything. No, no, no. You have to be very cautious of the things that you take into your system. Those things can help put your mental health in balance. So I just want us to wrap up with this question. I think this will be the last question. What do you say to someone who is feeling like they are left alone? Because I know that can have a very great impediment on someone's mental health. So what do you feel you can say to someone, just like an encouragement, someone who is feeling lonely?
Very like this. This is not for any research or this thing, but this is for my own personal experience. I don't know. A day I was looking through social media and stuff, and I saw this. I just even mentioned it earlier. This too shall pass.
Yeah.
It was a great comfort to me because it was as if just like I had the happy moment, this sad moment is not going to last forever.
True. That's true.
It's not going to last. If you just hold on a little longer, you would see that the things that life has for you are incredible and beautiful and just wonderful. You can't give up on life, on things, on love because of you feel like you're not worth it. You
Yeah.
feel like things are not going to work out for you. You feel like the world is against you. And another thing I would say to someone, I would like talk to someone.
Someone about it, yeah.
Talk to someone. There is a reason why in every single um, type of psychology, every single theory, there's still that talking, being a therapist. It's it also needs to be a therapist itself, your parent, a friend. Doesn't have to be a parent, someone that you trust to listen to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Find that person. If you can't find that person, be that person. Take it. It's going to be the most hectic role you've ever taken in your life. I
Yeah,
swear to
that's
you.
like being your own encouragement, because sometimes people around you may not be able to encourage you as much as you want to. Like, really, sometimes you are getting encouragement from people and you're just telling yourself, this is not what I need. You actually know what you need, so you can step into that shoe and be your own encouragement.
Yeah, like I said, gather hard evidence of the things that your brain are telling you you are otherwise.
Yeah.
I used to tell myself that I can't handle pressure, that I'm weak.
Hmm.
But I think it was 2021 ending. There's this in my village hall. It's called the Unity Walk, where you walk from one village to another. And for some reason, around that time, I couldn't, I didn't stop. I walked to the end of the village.
Wow.
And everybody, like, they even called me and I'm like, we told her to enter the bus several times. And she was like, no. Like, how did you do it? And though, yes, I've practiced walking, like I said, because of my mental health
Yeah.
issues, I've been walking throughout the year, taking long walks. But it was still incredible because I always told myself, or my brain always told me I was a quitter.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's very
so
terrible.
even I'm sure I've accomplished things, thousands of things, past now. But anytime I want to quit or something, I'm like, Jennifer, you walked more than 12 kilometers. You
That's a
have the
whole lot,
ability,
really.
yes, you have the ability not to quit.
Yeah.
And I hold on to that. That is my evidence that I can start something and finish it.
True.
You need to hold on to evidence of yourself, of things you've done, of strength, no matter how small.
Yeah, and I think something that also helped you to like do that long walk was because you had already done some short walks that
Yeah,
accounted for that. So
yeah,
sometimes young persons, one of the reasons why your mental health might be at stake or you may be drifting towards mental illness is because you're just looking at a very big picture. You should try painting small pictures. Those small pictures will act as they will act as strength to your belt to see that you can still achieve that big goal that you have. So we are not telling you to quit your big goals, no, but have small goals, have short-term goals that can account for your long-term goals too.
yeah. And I know everybody hears motivational talk all the time,
Yeah, that's true.
but I'm just going to say this, even though I've been saying it 1,001 times. Failure is not failing. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
yeah, I
Failure
think
in
it
its
does.
own self is experience. For everything you see, for every perfect, every beautiful thing you see,
Yeah, that's
that
true.
person failed countless times. No matter how smart you are, no matter how much of a genius a person is, if the person didn't work hard, the person will end up
True.
by the roadside.
True.
Do you know, like, this is not just talk, this is kids that have IQ. Do you know how many of them actually grow up to become billionaires or successful? No. Because smartness is not what matters. Being perfect is not what matters. What matters is being able to gather up those pieces that are broken
Yeah, and then
and
grow
make
from that particular
something.
level that you are to another level.
Yeah, whatever life you think is deficient or lacking is someone's dream.
Yeah.
No matter how
Mm.
bad you think it is, someone is saying, if only I can be at this place, I will be able to move on.
Yeah, that's true.
Because recently I had someone telling me that if only she had the amount of grace I had. And I'm like, grace?
And you're looking at yourself like, which grace are you talking about?
And she was like, I have no grace in my life. That it feels like God has passed her by. But when she sees me, she sees God's grace. And I just realized at that moment, think that saying after yet I'm working and my work salary is not what I expected, where I am is not where I expected to be. I feel like a failure in front of my mates because I've not reached certain height. I have a cousin that is 2 years younger than me and she's doing her PhD and I'm like outside the country.
Yeah.
So and someone is telling me I have grace. Someone is looking at you and seeing the grace of God in your
Yeah.
life. So just take your time, work on yourself. Everything will be better. This too shall pass.
True.
Just hold on.
Yeah.
God is always with you. And to conclude this session, I just want to tell you one thing. I know I've been mentioning a lot of science stuff, but one thing that really helps me is there's someone that is like the best therapist, even though you might not hear his physical voice, and
Yeah.
that's God.
True.
There's nothing like speaking to the Holy Spirit. And you just see it might not be something big, the little things
Yeah.
he does. It's almost no, it's cute
Cute and
because
fascinating.
yeah,
Really.
it's like my dear, I heard your prayer. Just take this and hold on. Everything be okay, okay? It
Yeah.
happened to me a lot of times. Now see a light in a tunnel. You don't know how much solace your prayers give. You might not be able to afford anything else, the time to exercise, the time to avoid triggers, but you can afford 30 minutes,
With him.
10 minutes, 5, 2 to
True.
talk to God, to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm serious. It goes a long way.
Yeah. So to wrap up this section, you cannot do so much with your mental health if God is not in the picture, because He's the one that directs the course of our life. He's the one that has created us. He's the one that's implanted His purpose in us. So for us to do well in life, for us to be able to maximize our mental health and use it to the fulfillment of our destiny, then we need to hold on to the one who has given us this mental health, who has made our well-being, and that's God. So if you're watching this video and you do not have a relationship with God, I'm telling you that that is the very best decision that you can take, to have a relationship with Him. God is waiting to receive you into His family. And you can just see that this one step of faith that you're taking can cause a turnaround in your life. Maybe that you already drifted from normal, stable mental health to mental illness and all of that. But coming to God would realign you back, and then putting all into practice all these things that we've said: emotional management, support system, eating healthy, and then living the best of your life. This and more can help you have a perfect mental health. So we're bringing this video to you so you can work on yourself and become the best version of yourself. And I believe that by the next time we'll be coming your way, you would have lots of testimonies from this video. So once again, I want to really appreciate our guests for taking out our time to be here. I know there might be a lot of schedules and work that you would have actually gone to do, but then you took out time to be here. We want to say a very big thank you to
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation, and we look forward to having you more on our show. Don't forget, this is GYF Spider on air, and for today, I am your host, Caleb Chigozie Lawrence, the Zonal President of Abakaliki Zone and the National Media Team Lead. Thank you so much. Till we come your way next time. Bye.
Fine.